What's all this? A job offer to manage Torquay United on £575 a week? Torquay United, who are in the Enterprise National League South and currently sitting 20th in the league. Here at Southport, I'm on a very generous £725 a week. Thank you, but no thank you. And quick as a flash, my chairman's in with a new 2-year contract. He's not offering me any more money, still $725 a week, but he wants to extend our working relationship. Marvellous. Well, there's nothing like a job offer to put the wind up your chairman, so to speak. Welcome back to the Gobby Gaffer. It's part 7. I'm managing Southport FC in the Enterprise National League North. And it's a monumental task, this one. It's going to be very, very difficult. As I said before, just the one automatic promotion spot in this league. And it's a 46-game season. And trying to get that one promotion spot is really difficult. As we saw last season, we were top for most of the season. Then we had that little bad spell of 5 or 6 games. South Shields took the opportunity, jumped in, got automatic promotion. We were in the playoffs, and of course the playoffs is a big lottery. Both games that we played, the semi-final and the final, both went to penalties, and we did win on penalties in the semi-final, but we were actually doing really well against Fylde in penalties in the final, but then really bottled it, and well, we're still in the Enterprise National North. Not too many games played, and I have changed things around a little bit. Let's have a look what's been going on. So I have changed things around a little bit. The new left fullback did come in, so he's a much better player. He's starting for us now, and most of the players who were on, like expired contracts, they've all gone now. The only one I think I've got left is Preston, my left fullback. I did sign him at the beginning of last season, and he played all season for us, but Brockbank is a much better left fullback than him. Unfortunately, I have tried to release him, and the board won't let me release him. Honestly, Football Manager, it's absolutely bonkers. Okay, 2 games played since that bit of a disastrous result, and I have realised that Scarborough Athletic were on a revenge mission there. They're the team we played in the playoff semi-final last season, and well, they ran us a very, very hard game. It went to penalties, and we did sneak it on penalties, but they were after revenge, and they did get it. We were at home, they beat us 3-2, and the Gobby Gaffer, well, the toys went out of the pram. I wasn't happy. So I did change things around a little bit, and we'll have a look at that in game in a second. We played Workington in the FA Cup away. Probably not the greatest, example of my new tweaks and whatever, but we did get a 3-1 win in that one. But then Kings Lynn, an away game. Kings Lynn are in they're one of the better teams in this division, and we went away and we got a 2-1 win. It was a bit of a hard-fought win, but at least we got the 3 points. And once again, as you can see there, no team is running away with it at the moment. No team seems to be able to get, any decent form. Even Brackley, who are top by 4 points at the moment, out of the last 5 games, they've lost and drawn the last 2 games. So they're not doing particularly well. I mean, obviously, we're not doing well. Only 2 wins out of the last 5. But it's very, very up and down. As you can see there, Kings Lynn not doing great themselves either. But a nice 2-1 win there. We are sitting second in the league, which at this stage would put us into the playoffs again. And we don't want to go through that again, do we? We want to try and get that top spot. But it is going to be very, very difficult. There are some very difficult teams in this league. Okay, 2 games for you today. It's another FA Cup game. It is an away game against Guiseley. So they are, when you click on Guiseley, and you'll try and look for the league, there's no league present, so I'm guessing they're in the nether reaches somewhere. I would have thought we should win that one. And then we've got a home game against Marine. So I'm kind of hoping for a 6-point episode today. And you know how much the Gobby Gaffer likes a 6-point episode. But we do need to keep putting the wins together in the league, because we need to try and get that top spot and make it our own so we can get automatic promotion. Like I said, we are a semi-professional club. Hopefully, if we get promoted, we'll go professional, and then we can start doing some decent training with these lads, and maybe bring a few bodies in who are a little bit cut above what we've got already. But anyway, let's get stuck in. It's the magic of the FA Cup, and it's Guiseley at Guiseley. It's an away game. Okay, well, we are still playing the control possession, but I've gone to more of a 4-2-3-1. It seems to be the tactic of the modern age, doesn't it? 4-2-3-1. But I've still got my wingers cutting inside to hopefully try and form that front three. As it's still work in progress. Last season with Slew up front and Ganoa and was it Torre on the other side. They seem to know the system. They seem to match up really, really well up front, and it worked an absolute treat. Obviously, like I say, those three players all wanted over £1,000 a week to renew the contract, and we just can't afford that here at Southport. It's just not a thing. I have signed one new player, and I managed to, with taking players out. Let me just do this instead, because I can show him then. Not renewing contracts, I managed to squeeze in another striker, McGrath, and he's got a 17 for finishing. 24-year-old Scottish lad. He's only 5'6". He's going to give Ponticelli up front a run for his money, and he basically, I mean, let's just see, he's a 4-star second strike. Yeah, he's a 4-star poacher, channel forward, deep line forward. So definitely, I think he will be getting a lot of game time, but we do need to get him up to speed. We are playing with the fullbacks reserved now as well. We're not playing with wing backs. The Pani is going to play as a box-to-box, so he can get forward. He's got quite decent stamina. It's not amazing, but decent stamina, so he can support, but also get back if we're struggling a little bit. And the out of possession tactic, yeah, it's like we're throwing the kitchen sink at the defence. Apart from Ponticelli, everybody's back, and we're all doing a job there where we're just trying to win the ball back but defend Durnley in our goal. And I mean, I've only played a few games with it like this, but it seems to be working at the moment. So it is Durnley in goal. Brockbank, the new left full-back, on the back four there. Brockbank, Hollis, Thornton and Pike. I have gone right through my team and to find out which are the best players and what positions they like to play. So Hollis is left-footed centre-back. Thornton, he's playing as a no-nonsense centre-back, which he likes to do. Panic and Gallagher playing deep. Sayer and Mooney out wide. And Nageman playing just behind Ponticelli. But like I say, we do have McGrath on the bench if we need a bit more firepower. And I can go to two up front, just take Nageman off, bring McGrath on, and then we've got two lads up there, hopefully, who can stick the ball in the back of the net. So we are underway, and we're getting highlights straight from the kickoff here, which usually means something's going to happen. Thornton, ball over the top, headed away by the centre half. Mooney, who is in the last game, in fact the last two games, have played very, very well on that right-hand side. Looks a very, very good signing indeed. Okay, the game looking a little bit glitchy at the moment. Not quite sure what's going on. Ponticelli there, back to Pike. Pike fires the ball just over the top. That changer not looking the smoothest at the moment. Gallagher picks the ball up, plays the ball back to Thornton. Panny now to Gallagher, ball over the top. Mooney busts a gut to get to that ball. He's going to slide it into the penalty area. Gallagher now more or less the same move again. Is Pike going to do the same? No, Little move of the feet there, and the ball slid into the penalty area, but once again fired over the top. Okay, we've got a little bit of a high press on here. Let's see whether they can play out of it, and they are going to try and play out of it. Fair play to Guiseley. Ball right over onto that right-hand side, and do they come away with the ball? No, they don't. We try an up and under, and that doesn't work either. This is a very scrappy game at the moment. Sayer now down that side, fires the ball. The ball's in the back of the net. Dan Mooney, I've just been talking about him. Looks a very, very good player coming in off that right-hand side. Picks up the scraps and puts us 1-0 ahead. And I think it was Sayer there who had the shot. He fired the shot in. The keeper palms it out, but only straight onto Mooney's head. It is 1-0 to Southport against Guiseley. And let's try and get into the next round of the FA Cup, shall we? Well, definitely taking the game to Guiseley. 8 shots, 3 on target. Guiseley not really got going in this game, which I'm sure that the home fans there will be bitterly disappointed, because no matter what what level of football you're in, the FA Cup, it always has a little bit of magic to it, doesn't it? And like I say, whatever level you are, you want your team to go out there and put a show on. Unfortunately for their fans, Guiseley are not doing that today. Okay, 5 minutes before half-time, Mooney with the shot, and that one goes right over the top. But, well, I say right over the top. I think it actually skimmed the crossbar, so quite a decent effort. Mooney now trying to get people in place in the penalty area, waving his hand all over the show, and that was obviously some secret signal between Mooney and Thornton, because he did all of this. I had no clue what he was doing, but obviously Thornton did, and all of that meant, yeah lad, I'm sticking this right onto your head. He rises at the back post, heads the ball in the back of the net. It is 2-0, and well, the magic signals between two of my players there have worked an absolute treat. Mooney now with another attempt there. He's getting nearer with those free kicks. He's definitely getting nearer, because Preston would normally be he is still with us, Preston, but like I say, the board won't let me release him on a free, and very, very poor miss from one of the Guiseley players there. Yeah, Preston would normally take our free kicks, but that role is now down to Mooney, who's on an 8.0 for today, and well, might he well be. He's actually scored a goal and assisted a goal as well, having another very, very good game. Okay, I've no idea what my centre-back was doing there. I mean, he looked like a dying seal there, didn't he? What was he doing there? Absolutely awful. I'd like to see that again, because that was a little bit comical. Okay, we are at the end of the first half. We are going to say that we're pleased. We're all looking okay. I'd like to get McGrath on at some stage in the game to give him a little bit of game time. Okay, we're back with the highlights. So about 6 minutes into the second half, Gallagher now striding forward. Pani plays the ball to Sayer. Sayer back to Pani. And Pani being a little bit of a pivot there, just standing there and just playing the ball. The ball keeps getting played back to him. He keeps spraying it around, and that worked an absolute treat. And this time, my left-sided player scores a goal for us, and this was very nice. Brockbank to Sayer, and Sayer just a little bit of fancy footwork, slides the ball in the back of the net, and that was pinpoint just inside the post. It does put us 3-0 up, and both my wide players today teaming up very, very nicely indeed. Okay, yeah, catches me out every time that we're only allowed 3 substitutions in the FA Cup. So a couple of yellow cards on the pitch, so taken both of those off. Nicholson, as he's another one of our new players. Well, to be honest, most of the squad's brand new. So Nicholson comes on the left-hand side there and relieves Brockbank. And we do have twin strikers on now. McGrath has come on as the poacher, playing next to Ponticelli. Nejman has gone off on a yellow card. Sayer, I've noticed as well, is on a yellow card. But there's not a lot I can do about that. Only 3 subs allowed. So nice and comfortable at the moment. 72 minutes on the clock. We do win the ball back there. Sayer now pushing the ball forward. Nice ball to Nicholson on the overlap there. Nicholson pushes the ball forward, slides it back to Sayer. Gallagher. We're getting into the penalty area. Very, very near there from Mooney again. And I think Mooney is going to be one of those players this season. It's going to be very, very important for us. The one thing we do not need is for players like Mooney to get injured. And I know as I'm saying it, that's probably put the hoodoo on Mooney. He probably will end up getting injured now. But 10 minutes of the game left, and it looks like we're going into the next round of the FA Cup. 25 shots, 13-14 on target now. Guiseley in very nearly the whole game now. I've only had one shot on target. Okay, I'm not quite sure we do need another highlight, but the seconds on the clock now. Sayer gives the ball away. Ball hoofed out there, and we do get ahead on that one. That's it. Head the ball into midfield. We do have bodies in midfield to pick that one up. Gallagher, ball forward, and Ponticelli there. A quick snapshot past the post, but that should be it now. A 3-0 win and into the next round of the FA Cup. And we will address the team, and we're going to say that we're delighted at full time. Well, we were due to be playing Marine next. That game has been rearranged now. We're now playing, it's quite good actually, because we've got a 7-day rest now between the FA Cup game and playing St Albans City, who are 21st in the league. So if we can't win this one, then probably don't deserve to get promoted. But next game will be a league game, and it is St Albans City. Okay, a bit of rotation today. We have Durnley in goal, back four of Brockbank, Hollis, Thornton and Pike. The two holding players have been changed today. We are going to give Hyde a run out as the box. He is a 3-star, and he's got, I think, a 13 for stamina. So he should be able to get up and down. Maybe this is the position for him in the team. I don't know. Tucker back from injury. He's going to play the playmaker in there, but obviously Tucker, as we know, is a DM. He can get his foot in, but he can spray the ball about as well. Sayer and Mooney on the wings. Nejman playing just behind a Ponticelli up front. Okay, playing in our all black kit today, and once again we get a highlight straight from the kickoff. Hollis now to Brockbank. I do quite like this all black kit. Looks quite smart. Nejman in the box. Ball's in the back of the net, and it's taken Jordan Ponticelli 42 seconds to get us in the lead. It is an away game this. If we'd have played Marine, it would have been a home game, I think. But it's been rearranged, so it is an away game. But we do need to get the points on the board, because Kidderminster and Kings Lynn both breathing down our necks. At the start of this game, we were all on 25 points, so it's imperative we keep the pressure on and keep getting those points in the bag. Okay, back again with a highlight. 7 minutes on the clock. A good header out there, but it unfortunately ends up with the opposition. We just need to keep our shape now. Ball's over the top. Ball's fired. And once again, the game has gone very, very jerky. So couldn't really see what happened there. Fortunately, it did go past the post. Mooney with the corner, heads the ball. And it's quite difficult to see this. And the ball's in the back of the net again. Jordan Ponticelli with his second of the game. I have just done a video promoting the mouse and keyboard on the console. And I did say that Sports Interactive were doing a great job with the updates. But it seems to be very intermittent at the moment. Some games you watch and they're very, very smooth and nice to watch. Other games like this one, very, very glitching, very jumpy and jerky. And it's very hard to see what's happening with the ball. But anyway, we are winning 2-0, 13 minutes on the clock. Well, piling on the misery here for St Albans City. 15 shots, 7 on target. They've done okay in the game. They've got fairly 100% conversion rate, but they've only had four shots, so not playing particularly great, and they are losing the ball in midfield. And obviously, if you're losing the ball in midfield, then that's not great, is it really? You need to keep possession because the midfield is the engine room. And if your engine is spluttering, then you're in trouble. Words of wisdom there from the Gobby Gaffer as St Albans City play it down their right-hand side. And the Gibbs plays the ball in. And once again, they get a little bit lucky there, actually, because that was a loose ball. But he did end up with a yellow shirt. So we're under a little bit of pressure here. 36 minutes on the clock. Just need to keep it nice and tight. And Durnley just comes out. Saw that one very early. Picks that one up. And snuffs out the danger. I think that's a footballing term, isn't it? Snuffs out the danger. Okay, Pike down that right-hand side. And, of course, we're not seeing Pike in his usual advanced role because I've got him withdrawn a little bit. Brockbank on the other side, though, has got ideas of his own. And commentators curse. As I'm saying, I've got both my fullbacks very reserved. Brockbank says, no, boss, I just fancy having a go at this one. And he comes down this left-hand side like a whirlwind, cuts inside, hits it with his left foot. It looked like the outside of his left boot and squirms it under the keeper for 3-0. And that was a lovely, lovely goal from our new left full-back, Brockbank. Durnley now. Is he going to go long? No, he's not. He's going to bowl it out. And that is the instruction. Bowl the ball out to a full-back or a centre-back. Do not go long with it. He did in the last game, I think. And it's a counter-attack ensued. And Ponticelli gets his hat-trick. It is 4-0. And Ponticelli looks to me like he's going to take over from where Slew left off last season. If you remember, Jordan Slew was a great striker for us, scored a lot of goals. Unfortunately, to renew his contract, it would have cost us over £1,000 a week. Ponticelli is on about half that. So, very, very good value. A hat-trick in this game. And, well, unless a catastrophe happens now, we should have the 3 points on the board. And very well deserved indeed. And very needed, of course. Moving into 3 minutes of time added on. Can we go in at half-time? Can I give the lads a big pat on the back? And, well, yes, I can, is the answer to that one. So, yes, we are going to give them a please. And I don't know whether to make some changes at half-time. No, I think we'll run the game on a little bit. I mean, I was thinking of taking Sayer off, but he is on a 9. Ponticelli's on a 9.8. The only player we've not got on green stats, well, actually, no, Tucker's on a 6.7. Hollis on a 6.9. So keeping a good eye on the fitness of my players here. We have had 7-day rest between the FA Cup game and this one. Ponticelli's in again here. Slides the ball across. And this time, it's Provider. And it's that man Mooney again. And this time, instead of it being Mooney to Ponticelli, it's Ponticelli to Mooney. The two lads are working really well together. Look at Mooney there. Bursting in his inside forward roll into the box. And their keeper, once again, that's not the first time in this game, a ball has been slid into the penalty area and straight under his body. Mooney's there, 5-0. Thank you very much. Okay, chance to rest some players. It's only 56 minutes on the clock. I wouldn't normally make substitutes this early, but 5-0 ahead. I mean, both fullbacks have been changed. Preston and Calland have come on. They're the backups basically. And McGrath has come on up front to partner Ponticelli. If he could get a goal for himself, he's playing as a poacher today, but that would be very nice indeed. Get him on the score sheet, get him up and running. And we did have a yellow card in midfield. Tucker was on a yellow. Panny comes on for him. So 4 subs made there, 5-0 up, 56 minutes. And we're galloping on to a 3-point game. So the draw for the next round of the FA Cup has been made, and we are playing York City. I think it's at their place as well, but they are second in the National League, so having a very, very good season. So that may well be the end of our cup run this season. But you know what? I'm not unduly worried about that. I mean, it is money. There's a bit of dosh coming in off it. But the important thing for us this season, above anything else, is get that #1 position and get automatic promotion. Nothing else really matters now. And of course, when you're in the cups, whether it be the FA Cup or the FA Trophy, it's extra games, it's tired players, and it's injuries as well. We just don't want any of that, do we? And as I'm speaking, Lewis Hyde there absolutely smashes an unstoppable shot past their keeper, and once again it's Mooney. Look at his work here. He pulls the ball round on his side of the penalty area there, and Hyde smashes that. Does get a little bit of a touch there. Norman, the keeper, a little bit unlucky with that one. I think he was going the right way. The little touch there took it past him the opposite way. I feel a bit sorry for their keeper. Well, not really. We're winning 6-0. This is a very, very nice run out. But they are 21st in the league, and I would have expected this. But this new formation and the new players are brought in seem to be working very, very well. McGrath there with his back to goal and turns, swivels and smashes it past the post. Last change of the game. It's only about 10 minutes to go, and we did have Thornton on a yellow card there, so Keane has come on for him. But that's the last change of the game, and like I say, about 10 minutes to go. Mooney now with a free kick. It's a little bit far out, this one, but it does give him the opportunity to try and get it up and then back down again, and he very nearly did that. And of course the resulting I think the keeper did get a hand on it, but the resulting shot pinged round the post. So 4 minutes of time added on, couple of those minutes left now. We do pick the ball up again. Sayer, we don't really need any more highlights now. I have dropped about 15 minutes ago. I dropped to a cautious mentality. Kind of felt a bit sorry for them. St Albans City, we'd attacked all game, absolutely battered them, and I'm not quite sure what that was, but very uncharacteristic given that we scored 6 really good goals today, and maybe a little bit of tiredness creeping in. And of course we are going to say we're delighted. 1 or 2 players there, Mooney, Sayer. I am going to have to do a bit of a rotation, I feel, in the next few games, because we've got 1 or 2 very tired players. My 2 centre-backs looking very tired as well. And for once, things going our way in the league. Brackley's last 2 games, an away loss at Darlington 1-0, and then a home loss against Solihull Moors. So they've dropped 6 points in 2 games, which obviously means that with a game in hand, we are now 1 point behind them, 28 points. If we can win our game in hand, then we will go 2 points ahead of Brackley at the top. But as per usual, Kidderminster and Kings Lynn both keeping up with the pace, and 3 teams there all on 28 points. The important thing is though, Kidderminster and Kings Lynn have both played 14 games, which is that 1 game more than us. We've only played 13. We need to win that catch-up game. If we can win that, we will go top of the league, but we need to stay there. And of course, that is the big challenge for this season. We need to be quite honest with the way last season went, we were top for most of the season and had that really bad run, and South Shields jumped in there and said thanks very much. If that could be organised the other way round this season, so where maybe Kidderminster or Kings Lynn or Brackley are top of the league and then have a bit of a bad run towards the end of the season, we go on a bit of a winning run, sneak that first place and get automatic promotion, I would take that now. But there's a lot of football to play yet. We've only played 13 games and there is 46 games to play. So lots of football to be played, and that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Going to go off camera, play some games, and let's hope this new formation and the tweaks that I've done, let's hope this carries on working. The balance seems to be a little bit better. Mooney playing really well on that right hand side, and obviously Ponticelli up front. Looks like he's going to be an absolutely brilliant signing. And of course, we've got the new lad sat on the bench waiting to come on. He's not scored for us yet, but in theory, he's a better player than Ponticelli. Let's see how it goes. All right, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. I've certainly enjoyed it. Winning the FA Cup, a win in the league, and we move on. And let's see if we can get that promotion spot and get into the National League for next season. We'll see you very shortly.